Hey, it's time for more D&D, and it's only been like an hour and a half since last time we played, because it's just a break. And by since last time we played, I mean since last time I made this speech. Um, yeah, so you guys are in a single room in an inn. In the inn, that is the Thundering Lizard. And attempting to get a long rest in somehow. So, I mean, like, let's see. We did story time with Volo, so that's a thing. When it comes time to actually do the sleeping, how's that gonna work?
We fall asleep.
I just sit.
She sits.
Okay. Cool.
I
Alright.
sleeps.
I'll leg into the door.
Okay.
I lay under the window.
Alright, so basically what I'm getting is everybody's just crashing out and hoping to not die.
And I've got Stratos up in this, like, I guess, is there like any fixture in the center of the ceiling or anything?
Sure, why not?
So, alright, he's wrapped around whatever the candelabra is or whatever that's in the center.
Okay,
Just kind of keeping
Cool.
an eye.
got it. Alright, well...
We are all
That-
strategically placed around our sleeping.
Yes, of course. Okay. So, go ahead and give me a perception check for Stratos. Do you have control over his sheet or no?
I do not.
Okay, so I can give me a perception check for Stratos.
I believe he does have night vision.
Fly.
dark
Let's
vision.
see. He's still a flying snake. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Snake.
He is the snackiest of snacks.
He does not have night vision, but he does have blind sight up to
Or
10
that's
feet.
what it is, yeah.
So that's
He's-
pretty handy.
Yeah, he's a motion detector. That's what it is. I knew there was something.
Yeah. So okay. All right. Let's get a check in here. Why is everything taking so long to do things? There we go. All right. Okay. Pretty solid. All right. So then we've got Stratos kind of on lookout duty for everybody. Everyone is kind of finding a way to get as much space as they can. Fib is sitting, and I assume what that means is you're doing your meditating thing.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool. So, let's see what happens here. All right. So, gotta do a thing. All right. Fib. Make a wisdom save.
Okay. She's not the most wise.
Oh,
Yes, she is!
Okay.
Hashtag wise as fuck.
All right. So, yeah, as you're sitting there and kind of in the middle of your meditation, suddenly the kind of clear state of mind that you bring yourself to in the meditation is like briefly interrupted. And it's this weird instance of, you know, that normally you can just maintain this state with no problem at all. But there is just the briefest flicker of horribly depraved Fib 101 kinky stuff going on that just flashes in your mind.
What?
And then it's gone. and it like snaps you out of the trance for a second. And make a perception check.
I'm so confused.
I know. Okay, so you see like something. It almost looks like a mist or something, just kind of like fading out through the wall in front of you, but you couldn't really make out much.
I throw a dagger at it.
Okay, everybody else is woken up by boom, boom, a dagger hitting the wall.
Did it hit it?
It hit the wall.
Hit the mist?
It didn't seem to hit the mist. No.
Okay. So. Well, fuck.
Well, I mean, is everyone okay?
Is there a window on this wall?
This wall, no. We'll say that's like the inside wall.
So it's out to the doorway. Like it's that wall.
Yeah, it seems to have just, well, I mean, from what Fib saw, it just like passed directly through the wall. But it is on the wall that has the door on it. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna just open it a crack and send Stratos out.
Okay.
And see what he sees.
Yeah, Stratos heads out, and your room is kind of situated along one of the balconies that runs along the edge of the Thundering Lizard, and you have Stratos look around. I'll do another perception check for him.
All right. I'm just looking to see what's up here, and like if there's
Yeah.
anybody running away.
Seems pretty slow, pretty dead. I mean, it's late now. Like, the entertainment is done for the night. There are like a few like stage hands just kind of putting stuff away and whatever downstairs. There's no movement upstairs. You don't see anybody on any of the balconies. Nobody like ducking into a room and slamming the door or anything along those lines. Yeah, all is quiet.
Alright, I'll bamf Stratos back in.
Okay.
I'll shut the door and secure it, and I'll say, well, whatever it is, it's gone now. But what I'm going to do is I will have Stratos kind of... So I take it Fib's like facing the doorway.
Yeah, because that's where the mist went through, right?
Yeah.
So I'll have Stratos just kind of sit on something nearby and watch the same way she is.
Okay. Cool. So, yeah, settle back in. Try and get your rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to go after it, but I don't think it's, we're not gonna find it.
Hard to say.
Do you
Why
still
would
need
you
a
say
full
that?
8 hours.
What was that, Becca?
No, I don't need 8 hours. I need like 4.
Yeah, she needs 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my question. How far are you?
We'll say. I mean, you guys did have a pretty involved story time, so, maybe you're like halfway through the 4. So.
Well, because I feel like if we were gonna go after it, we should have done it right away, and at this point it's probably too late.
Yeah.
Also fair. Okay. So, hunkering down, trying to get that rest done?
Sure.
Okay. The rest of the night goes by uneventfully.
Ha, I get it.
So, you guys wake up, maybe a little on the paranoid side, but, well rested.
Fib is always on the paranoid side.
That's fair.
Like, what's new about that?
But, yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Don't we have a meeting or something?
Shago did say he would be in touch with you today. Yeah.
God, I hate him. It's so like, that's so him to be like, I'm not gonna set an appointment up, but
Yeah.
when I call you, you have to come.
Yeah. The power move. Uh
I hate him.
I guess I'm just gonna keep reading Volo's guide while we wait, because reading books while you wait is a normal thing, and it's productive.
That's fair.
Then Fib shouldn't be, or Theorene shouldn't be doing it if it's a normal thing.
Eh,
Oh, burn!
Funny, it's funny.
All right. So, did anybody want to do anything other than like hang out at the Thundering Lizard all day, waiting for Shago?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the translating place and
Yeah.
start working off the debt.
Okay. So yeah, let's nominate somebody to keep tally of this. I guess
Becca.
Lucius would make sense,
Oh boy.
just because it's a thing that he got to do,
Yes.
you know, Lucius things with.
Yeah, I can do that. So it's 40 total days.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna let Lucius go alone, so
Okay.
if he's doing that, I will put Volo's guide away and go with him.
No reading
Can I
for you.
borrow it?
I'll follow along them.
Lucius, can she borrow it?
Yeah. Well, why don't you come with us, Fib? Oh wait,
What is
actually,
it
we need
that you're
somebody
trans?
here, don't we?
Yeah,
So I have to stay and talk to Shago.
don't sound so enthusiastic about it.
Do you think that's a good idea?
No, but I mean, how much more pissed could he be?
I mean, you can just tell them where to find us.
Yeah, just. Oh, do we really want him coming in and bothering us there, though?
That's what I was thinking. I would just stay here.
Okay. Well,
It's fine, I'll talk to him.
I just wanted to go and try to knock off an extra day if I could, or at least
Yeah,
a little bit of time.
I don't know. Thor, do you want to stay here with Fib, and then one of you two could come and get us and meet us?
Sure. I'll stay here for a bit.
Okay. Anything else anybody wants to do today?
I'll wait around for a bit and then go and watch dinosaur races.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Leave Fib there.
Thanks.
All right. Yeah.
Fib slips you a gold to bet for her.
Which one do you want to bet on?
the biggest one.
Okay, will do.
All right. Cool. So yeah, you guys do your things, and Thorv goes to the dinosaur races, and does he bet money for Fib?
I'll bet Fib's money.
Okay. Cool. So let's see. All right. So betting Fib's 1 gold that she handed you, you end up winning a bit. You end up winning back an additional 2 gold and 5
Ooh.
silver.
That's so much.
And it's a pretty intense dino race. Like it runs kind of all along the docks of the city. So there's kind of like this big like crescent moon kind of shape for the track. But yeah, you win some money. You see a cool race. People who are doing translating things get in a full day, and as the full day of work is coming to an end, and probably around the time Thorv is heading back to the Thundering Lizard, Fib, you still haven't heard from Shago.
Mm. Of course he would stand us up like an asshole. I mean, Fib's not gonna seek him out if he's gonna be a little bitch about it.
Okay. So yeah, we'll say everybody finishes their stuff up, and unless you have other things you want to do, we'll say that you kind of reconvene back at the lizard.
I'll give her the 3 gold back and keep the 5 silver.
That's fair. You did all the work.
She doesn't know how much she got anyways.
It's true. Okay. So yeah, mark off 2 days of work, by the way, if you haven't.
Yep, I did. So I'll look at Fib and I'll say, well, has he come yet?
He hasn't been here. I don't know what he's doing.
Um,
He's probably somewhere drinking drinks and sunning himself and being a lazy asshole.
that's probably fair, but should we seek him out or should we just say fuck it and leave?
He did warn us about leaving.
Well, yeah, but if he's not gonna come get us, then we can.
We could leave him a note.
We know generally where he's at.
Well, do we want to go door to door and find him?
I'm not crawling to him. He can come and find us if he has something.
Well, yeah, but are we supposed to sit here and wait?
I mean, well, I mean, we're actually accomplishing things, so
Well, I know we're accomplishing things, but
I don't know. It is important that we get a move on.
We're not accomplishing the thing we came to this stupid place to accomplish.
Yeah,
I mean, I actually am. But
well,
Well, what did you come here for?
I came here to gain arcane knowledge, and I'll just kind of like shake the scroll, and I'll say, "This is what I came here for."
How good of you.
Well, how about we leave in the morning if he doesn't show up?
Yeah, I'm all
Alright.
for leaving. I mean,
yeah, how about in the morning we go to, the prince in charge of hits that he mentioned.
Do you know where he lives?
No. That prince. I'm sure we can find out.
okay. Yeah, I'm all for going where we need to.
Okay, so that's the plan then.
Alright.
Yes. Well, are we going tomorrow morning or are we going now?
I was gonna go tomorrow morning.
Yeah, let's stop by in the morning on our way out of town.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, that being the case, same kind of sleeping arrangements.
Yeah.
I'm gonna suggest watches though because of last
Yeah.
night.
Oh, I thought we were taking watch last night. I thought it just happened.
No, I mean the only one that was technically on watch when that happened was Stratos.
Well, Stratos is a good boy.
He tries. So, but yeah, I will take the darkest watch.
Ooh.
Edgy.
Why were you take the darkest watch?
Because I have dark vision.
Do you have superior dark vision? I didn't think so.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, Fib doesn't think so either.
My dark vision is always superior.
That's fine. This whole room isn't 60 foot.
I mean that's fair. But anyway,
So I can see the whole room. It doesn't matter.
the Dawn Watch. As always.
I'll take the first one then.
Okay. So yeah. Let's see. Is Stratos just kind of perpetually keeping a lookout? Is that-
Yeah, I mean, when
Okay.
it's my turn, I'm kind of, while it's my watch, I'm kind of using Stratos to fly around, kind of as like a drone, essentially.
All right.
And I'm just kind of chilling out and, you know, just watching out, keeping an eye out for anything weird going on.
Okay. So yeah, Lucius, go ahead and give me a perception check. Okay, 15. That's solid. And then let me grab one for Stratos. Do. Not so solid for Stratos. That's a 4.
Yeah, he does his best.
He does. He tries. All right. Okay. So yeah. Let's see. Lucius, make a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Okay. So, yeah, you as you're keeping watch, you know, kind of switching from time to time between your vision, Stratos' vision, trying to keep a pretty tight watch. You find yourself kind of like beginning to drift off every now and then. Like, hard to really explain it. It's not so much like falling asleep as like kind of daydreaming a little bit. But you are able to maintain your focus, and the second you like snap out of probably the most serious like threat of slipping into a daydream, go ahead and make a perception check. Okay. Yeah, no, you were kind of lulling off a little bit, but nothing really catches your eye or seems out of place. Fib. Make a wisdom save.
Well, again.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Ooh.
Okay, so it's becoming a pattern now. Like, you start to see Fib things that only Fib wants to see. And then something like doesn't seem quite right. Like, they just appear in the middle of meditation, and then you like snap out of it. But you don't see a mist or anything this time. It's just like, oh, that was weird.
What the do?
I would assume I saw her jump, like, kind of alert.
Sure. I'll
So
allow that.
I'll message her and I'll say, were you just weird dream?
I feel like something is invading my head.
And I'll nod. I'll message back and I'll say, something's not right. You want to stay with me for the rest of this watch?
Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have Stratos between the two of us, And and my instruction to Stratos is if either of us look like we start like nodding off, he's to come over and just wrap around our ankle and just constrict, basically to try to wake us up.
Well,
Alright.
I won't start nodding off, so.
Yeah, right. But I'm just saying, if either one of us start looking weird, he's watching us, but we're watching out.
Okay, got it. So yeah, I would like perception checks from both of you then.
All right.
And Stratos?
Ooh, this is my third
Ooh.
nat 20 tonight.
Damn.
I got pretty damn close too.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We might be onto something here.
Ooh. Fib is sick of someone else controlling her kinks.
So as you guys are keeping an eye out, now that you're very strongly suspecting that something is messing with your heads, oh gosh, am I gonna sneeze? Am I not gonna sneeze? I don't know.
I predict
You're
yes.
gonna do it.
Terrible. It seems to be going away. All right.
Damn it.
So, being at the height of your attention spans and just constantly surveying the area, you do eventually see, both of you, a spectral form beginning to peer through one of the walls of the room.
Is it Shago?
It is not Shago.
Damn it. That would have been.
No, it is. Let's see. It's a winged humanoid figure. Female, with a couple of tiny red horns. Like you can actually see color, because we'll say reasons. And yeah, just like kind of peeks in the room. And let's see if it knows that it's been spotted. No, so you see it just sort of drift in and then begin kind of surveying the room, kind of looking at the individual sleeping party members before eventually turning and seeing, I would imagine, the two of you staring at it.
I've got just like a hellish grin on my face,
Mm-hmm.
and I just kind of give a quick nod to Fib, and I'm going to witch bolt it.
Oh, alright. I want to. I was gonna try to charm it.
Different approaches, but you know.
I guess then I will. No, where's my spell that will make them just laugh? Probably hideous laughter. I'm gonna hideous laughter it in an attempt to get it to not flee.
Okay. Cool. So, okay. So first, Witch Bolt.
Yes.
Crackling lightning energy shoots out towards the thing and seems to pass right through it.
Ooh.
And for your hideous laughter spell, you can't seem to find a target.
Shoot, did it flee when we did that?
So, as you both do those things, it proceeds to just fly straight up and through the ceiling.
Okay, and Pip's just like, no, wait. Shoot.
What?
Do you know what that was?
Uh,
Is it in your book?
do I know what that is?
Make a history check, and I'll say with advantage.
Okay.
Alright. So, given the nature of things you may have read up on, especially for, your own, I guess, learning your life story a bit, the this certainly fits the description of a creature known as a succubus.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, we're talking about like fiendish tempter type figures. I mean, I know Taylor knows,
Oh
but
yeah.
because there may have been something along these lines in, a show.
Mhm.
But yeah, they are typically in the business of corrupting mortal souls and then sending them to whatever dark plane they hail from.
That sounds fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And so it seems that you have a thing that's trying to, I don't know, steal your souls or something?
Yeah. So I will relay this to Fib, and I'm gonna wake up everybody and let them know something's not right. And kind of relay the whole message to everybody about what these things are and all that.
Okay.
And I'll say, well, I think this may be our punishment.
Rude.
All the males especially should be careful. Oh, it's a succubus, right? Like, so it's a female?
I like how you emphasize the wrong syllable.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Well, I mean, it's a succubus, right? Not a
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
the other
It's a
one is.
succubus.
It's a succubus, not an incubus.
Whatever it is, I couldn't remember what the other one was. So
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, it is a succubus. It is the female one. Yeah.
all right, yeah. So I will say,
How do we kill it?
I don't know. I guess we have to. Maybe it was not on this plane. I don't know.
Did Shago send it?
I don't think he's smart enough. Hey, Sireni, do you have a way of canceling magic or anything?
What is canceling magic?
Or of pulling it here? I don't know. I'm not much for this like teleportation magic or anything.
You have the spell Deus Ex Machina in your prepared list. I think is what he's saying.
Protect you from good and evil.
That may work.
Yeah, that may work for all of us at once.
Yeah, it's only one person.
Oh. Because my witch bolt went right through it.
I tried to use a spell on it, and it was as if it was.
We'll probably need to keep watch a little differently now. It'll peek its head in before it comes in.
So at this point, there is a knock on the door.
Oh.
I open the door.
As you open the door, you see a folded scrap of paper flutter down from between the door and the frame, landing on the floor.
God.
So dramatic.
Yeah, really is.
I
He's
pick it up.
such a dick.
What does it say?
It says, I have fixed your mistake. There will be consequences.
Dick.
Ooh. Do I know who it is from?
Nope.
So I can't tell if it's from the evil lady or Shago.
Hard to say. Both of them are dicks.
It's from Shago because he's more.
Uh, do I know who it is?
Oh, you know what? You know what? I think, actually, given the context, thinking about this, Cyrene, you saw a letter that was written in very similar writing earlier in the day. So yeah, you might have a good idea who it is, actually.
Earlier in the day.
Sorry. A day and a half ago now. Whenever Lucius showed you a letter that he was given.
Crap.
Does that mean Shago's dead?
Yeah.
Kind of
So-
mad that we didn't get to.
Well, that's a serious problem.
Why?
Okay, let's, how close is it to morning?
Not very close, because it was Lucius's watch. So, it's probably like, maybe 1:30, 2 o'clock. Something like that.
I am going to take this letter and tell everyone, start packing. And I am. Do I know where Azaki, where I can find her or leave her a note?
Yeah, you know that she does have a home in the city, so I think she trusts you guys enough that she would have told you where you could find her.
And
Where did- Sorry.
yeah, those two.
Yeah. Where did they
Uh,
even go?
They are outside the city for sure. They're probably hanging out not so very far from Scorn's tree.
Okay. Then.
So we'll just follow the smell of ham.
There you go.
Okay, I'm gonna find Asaki and tell her that we are leaving tonight.
Asaki.
Okay.
Yep, she's now Asaki.
I couldn't tell if it was more off or if I was just it wrong.
It's the nickname for Asaka, Asaki.
Ozaka.
Zuck zuck.
And then I want to go into the Merchant Prince's district to the persons who's in charge of hits.
Okay.
Don't become an assassin.
You know what? I'm not gonna let her go alone. I'll go with her.
I also will go.
I suppose I'll be going as well.
So we all have to
I'm not
go.
gonna stay there
Want
by
you to
myself.
come.
Why don't you want us to come?
No,
I'll bring. I'll bring Lucius. No, I'll bring Sorv and tell you two to start packing.
Why?
I'm-
I don't
I'm
like
packed.
packing.
I don't care. Then go find a Saki and get
Well-
ready.
yeah, I'm going with you.
Nope.
Rude.
No, I want to. Well, I guess.
Mm.
You can come. I want to limit the amount of people that we have. I don't want to seem threatening and have everyone show up in the middle of the night.
Why
But I
not?
guess you can change your appearance. And then I can bring you.
What do you want me to look like?
Shago.
Oh. Have
Well,
fun.
you just
Try not to
Best
die.
reaction.
visibly wince. Do I have to act like him too?
No.
Okay.
Only if you
Uh,
want to get killed.
So I snap my fingers and I become Shago, visibly.
Ugh.
So.
Fib feels a sudden urge to stab you.
And I will do a very like stupid looking flex. just like real awkward ass flex.
Mm-hmm.
And then just kind of look over and I look at my body and just kind of shrug.
Okay.
Okay. And we head out.
Yep.
All right. So
I guess you two could probably sneak after us if you really want to, but
I don't want to be around anymore.
Fib, you wanna go talk to Quail there?
Alright.
Okay. Well, we'll leave a little bit after them and go talk with her.
all right. This is going to be an interesting last little bit of the session, I think.
Yeah, that's suicide.
So anyway, yeah. So team, go and talk to somebody about legally murdering people and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. So what's the plan here? Because you don't actually know where this person lives, other than having a strong suspicion they live, in the same district as the person who wants to possibly murder you or corrupt your soul or something.
I asked the bartender.
Okay, let's see how connected your local bartender is. Yeah, so your bartender is actually a part-time historian, as it would seem, knowing all about the lineages of the titles of merchant princes and which one has been, given what estate and all of that stuff, and so is basically able to give you exact directions to the home of Jessamine, who is the merchant prince responsible for what are known as sanctions, which is basically buying a permit to murder somebody.
Okay.
Cool. So, yeah, you head out under cover of night. And so this is Cyrene and fake Shago. And is Groilmod going with any group?
No, I think now that Groil Mod's back in the city, he's just hitting the liquor hard.
God. We've turned this little goblin into an alcoholic.
What have you done?
I've been making it always taste like lizard tails too.
Like
Anytime
what?
like lizard tails, so make it always taste good for him
Yeah.
when I'm within sight.
You need to make it taste bad.
Well,
All right, so Gromod's just hanging out getting shit faced then.
Yep.
All right, cool, wonderful. All right, so yeah, Cyrene and Lucius, the most unlikely of companions. Go ahead and make your way to the Merchant's Ward once again. And you actually know enough about where you're going.
you're cutting out. Ooh. Am I cutting out? Yeah. Hmm.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah,
Yep, I can hear you fine.
Yep,
Hey, now I can hear you.
yep, I'm good now. Seems like everything.
Yeah, everyone turned into robots for a second there.
Yep.
Okay, so it says I'm green bar again. Can you hear me?
Yes, that
Yes,
was a
no
Discord
choppiness.
issue,
Okay.
so
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
yeah. That
So-
one was,
Yeah, let's hope we can keep it going for another 20 minutes or so you can all feel like you're about to die by the end of the session.
Yay.
So, yeah, yay. All right, so you guys make your way to the home of Jessamine. And, yeah, I mean, it's mostly dark outside. Like, there are a few perimeter torches, set around the path leading up to the front door of the house. But other than that, it's still and quiet and mostly dark outside. So, yeah, what's the plan here?
What is plan?
What is plan?
I guess we'll just. I'm gonna try to approach the house. Knock on the door. And
Hey, I can hear people again.
oh,
Yay.
Oh, you couldn't hear people either. Cool.
No,
I couldn't
Discord
either till you came
decided.
back.
yeah, not. Like I couldn't even type or anything. Just
Oh.
like froze.
Oh. Everything else internet was working for me. It was just Discord that
Yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah, Discord is kind of a pain in the ass that way. Anyway, yeah. So Becca, what you missed that is actually kind of important is I said you make it to Jessamine's, and here you are in front of this big house that's still and mostly quiet and dark outside. So anything I should know about the approach?
No.
Okay. So Lucius said he's gonna walk up and bang on the door.
yep.
Okay. So yeah, you do that, and it takes some time to even hear the early signs of someone coming to answer the approximately 2 a.m. pounding on the front door. But eventually, the one of the two large doors set into the front of this house opens up, and yeah, you see standing in front of you a pretty disheveled-looking Chilton woman, kind of like middle-aged, looking like she kind of just threw on the closest thing to get decent and come and answer the door at 2 a.m. So she kind of says wearily, "Can I help you?"
Also, I'm terribly sorry to bother you. But this is an emergency. I believe that there are things in this going on in this city that are not legal and are not of proper authority, but are being done by the highest authority, or one of the highest authorities.
She kind of like, wipes the just gunk from her eye and is like, "Ugh."
Ew.
So you'll need to speak to Jessamine then.
Yes.
All right, come in, and pulls the door open, beckons you guys into. It's certainly a rich person's house. It's not as showy and obnoxious as a lot of the other merchant prince abodes that you've been in. But yeah, you're shown to kind of a sitting area, and the woman says, "I'll be right back." And she kind of like, groggily walks down a hallway, and you hear kind of way off in the distance. You hear the knocking on a door and all of that as she goes and fetches Jessamine. So while that's going on, team, let's go visit Coyothe. What is plan?
I'll walk up and knock on the door.
What? While we're walking there, Fib asks, "What are we doing?"
Go talk with Queothe about this hit that she asked Lucius to do.
Oh, all right. I didn't know there was more to it than that.
Okay.
Fib
Cool.
will follow your lead.
All right. So yeah, Thorv, you walk up to Coyote's door and just knock. And I will say that the response is considerably quicker than at Jessamine's house. So opening the door, you see a familiar face, Indar, the kind of younger Chultan guy who seems to be one of Queothe's most trusted employees, servants. Kind of hard to tell the relationship there. But yeah, he opens the door, sees Thorv there, and says, "Ah, I must say I wasn't expecting to see any of you here, but well, of course, Coyothe has instructed us to be ready for just about anything. So, please, come in. I'm sure you wish to speak with her."
Yes, please.
Pulls the door open and shows you to this now pretty familiar, fancy fire illuminated living room. Shows you to the comfy couch and all that, and yeah, heads deeper into the manor to fetch Coyothe. In the meantime, Groilmod, you're realizing that booze doesn't always taste like lizard tails, and that's kind of disappointing.
I'm sad for him.
It tastes gross, but it still makes me feel fuzzy. I really like feeling fuzzy.
All right. So what's
did we
more
do?
dangerous? What's more dangerous, the fiend that is a succubus, or the demons of alcoholism? Find out more later. Okay. So let's go back to Jessamine's. So after waiting a bit, you hear a door close far down a hallway, and you hear two sets of footsteps. One, the woman who let you in, The other, kind of slow, very slight. And as the woman who had answered the door comes back in and says, Lady Jessamine will see you now. You can see that there is kind of this tall, lanky form behind her, wrapped in a number of scarves, and you can even see what look like some bandage wrappings kind of hanging out of the sleeves that are kind of formed by this mass of scarves wrapped around this woman. She says, I hope that this is serious, given the nature of your visit to my home.
Well, it is.
Wait, so what are we looking at now?
Jessamine is practically... You really can't even see her skin. She is covered in scarves, and you can even see some bandages poking out of, like, gaps in the scarves. Just very, very clothed, for lack of a better term.
How big is she? What is she?
She's like tall and lanky for an average human, like not like Fib, but
Okay.
like she's easily, probably like somewhere in the neighborhood of like 6'1", 6'2", pretty slight frame.
Gotcha.
Although that's kind of obscured by the mass of cloth that's hanging off of her at the moment.
Is she a mummy?
Kind of looks like one, if we're being honest.
So we were wondering if Shago came to see you. We have, well, you see, Kvothe contacted him, and I wave my hand at Lucius, about a contract to murder him. And Shago was assuming that it was not approved by you, and we got a threatening letter that it was taken care of, so he might be dead, and we just want to get back to the Forest End, the Death Curse. And I have gotten messed up with it.
So, first of all, you kind of see the very clothed head of Jessamine turn and look at Lucius. Did you say you dropped the disguise? Or no?
Yeah. Yes, I would have dropped the disguise.
Okay. So, yeah. She says, I have not heard anything from Shago, nor have I authorized any attempts on his life. Last I knew, he was out trying to make friends with the Flaming Fist.
Well, we delivered him into the city, the day before last, for him to, well, he said he would contact us this past day after he figured out something.
She sighs and says, and what proof can you show me?
I'll show the 2 letters and I'll say I was hired by Coyothe to kill Shago. And
The
Jeez.
Sending Stone.
yes, we have a sending stone, but he's back in town, and I got these 2 notes, and they are most definitely from Coyothe.
That will, of course, require some confirmation. And she takes the sending stone and looks it over. And you see her kind of cradle it in one hand, and there's kind of this faint glow as she I mean, Lucius, you would recognize this. She's effectively casting some variation of identify.
Okay.
Just kind of confirming. She looks down at the stone and says, "This stone, it doesn't seem to be magical. That's not to say it wasn't at one point." She holds it up, looks at it, says, "If it was, that would mean its corresponding piece has been disposed of."
That makes sense.
Difficult to prove, but well enough executed that I believe she's capable of it. I'm afraid this isn't enough for me to act upon, though I will certainly inform those that I trust of this suspected treachery. What were your names?
I am Cyreney.
I am Lucius.
Very good. If you don't mind, I would like to hang on to these. She holds up the 2 letters and says, I might at least be able to get confirmation that this is her handwriting.
Yeah, that's fine.
I feel that would go a long way in making your case.
I am afraid that punishment will be coming.
If what you say is true, that's virtually a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, well, if Shago isn't dead, he may soon be.
Yes.
I'll see what I can do. I'll speak to some of the priests. Perhaps they have scrying magic or something that would allow us to find him if he still lives.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I assume that you will not be around for much longer. Correct?
Planning on leaving tonight to
Yeah.
continue our quest on ending the death curse. And I
That's
kind of
probably for the
nod
best.
at her, because I am assuming that that's why she's wearing so much clothes.
Okay.
Whether or not that's correct, I don't know. But
Okay.
that's my assumption.
She nods. You do see, her eyes kind of peering from beyond all of the cloth and wrap. And I think the look says a lot. I think you may have you may be onto something there.
That may have hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. So, all right. She says, I'm sure I can find some way of getting in touch with you. I will do my best to let you know how the case is going, if there is any conclusion to be reached. But, as I said, as things stand right now, I'm incapable of taking any conclusive action.
I understand. We are planning on heading very far into the jungle, so chances are much farther than 1 or 2 weeks from now you, may not be able to find us at all.
Be safe on your travels. And thank you. I personally do believe you, but of course, we have protocols to adhere to.
No, yeah, absolutely. You can't, trust everyone.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I hope to see you again. And with that, she bows and exits the room. And the woman that you first met here leads you to the front door and opens it, letting you out.
I asked
So.
Lucius if he wants to pretend to be Shago again. So,
Yeah.
No one wants to be Shago.
Yeah, before I leave, I will do that.
Okay.
Ugh.
Cool. So yeah, Shago and Sirene leave Jessamine's house. Now, Team Quayote's house. Yeah. It's not long before you hear the purposeful footfalls of Quayote coming to meet you. And oh yeah, go ahead, Austin. You were gonna say something?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, she walks into the room and says, "Oh, fancy seeing you here at this hour of the night."
We received your letter. I assume Shago's been dealt with.
I'm afraid I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Okay.
She comes into the living room and has a seat across from the two of you. It says, "And where is my dear friend Lucius?"
Off causing more trouble.
Of course. She kind of looks over her shoulder and says, "Indar, drinks, please." He, immediately comes over, grabs the cart of various alcoholic beverages, and wheels it over to you guys, and pours all of you the same beverage, the three of you, so Quayote included.
Didn't even ask us what we wanted.
And as the drinks are placed well, yeah, basically on the table, like little coffee table kind of situation in front of you, she says, "Only the finest for my most honored guests." I must say I have questions as to why you would pay me a visit at this hour. Would you care to explain yourselves?
Well, we've been being haunted the past couple nights by some sort of misty creature. When we opened the door, we received a letter that our problem had been dealt with, but there was to be consequences. We could only assume that this is from you.
Again, I must say I'm not sure what it is you're referring to. But I suppose it's safe to assume that if one were to fail in an important assignment, one that required both flawless execution and the utmost discretion, neither of which were conditions that were anywhere near met, there may be reprisal in store.
Lucius was not the wisest when he agreed to this. He does not possess the skill to be able to kill a man such as Shago.
That's not wrong.
She just gives you this look that says, "Of course." She doesn't say it. She just gives you the look that kind of acknowledging, "Yeah, I know." She says, she again looks over her shoulder and says, "Ixis, would you come here, please?" And her other most trusted of servants, employees, whatever, comes over. Says, would you happen to know anything about the story that our friend Thorv is telling us? And you see, Ixis, the relatively attractive young Chilton girl. I mean, not like young, but probably like early 20s. Almost immediately shapeshift into a familiar shape to Fib, at least.
What?
Big, leathery, bat-like wings protrude from her back. Little red horns poke out of her forehead. And,
Ooh.
yeah. Skin goes, like, very, very pale. She says, I'm afraid I don't know what they're talking about either. Do you guys do anything?
I'm so confused.
So, you remember that Quaothe has these two very pretty people that are, like her servants or whatever, right?
Alright.
Well, it turns out the female one is a succubus, as she has just revealed to you. And
Follow that the male's an incubus.
it may indeed
Wait.
follow that
Is
that is the
it-
case.
Is it the succubus or the incubus?
It is in fact the succubus.
Okay.
I'm glad I could clear that up for you, though.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so you were creeping on us last night and the night before then.
She says, I was simply trying to arrange a meeting. But it would seem that you played right into Miss Quaothe's hands. And I think, yeah, at this point, we see Indar walk over, the handsome dude, and yeah, no, he totally shapeshifts into an incubus. And yeah, he is very strategically placed between you guys and the door.
No one listens to me to stay away from her.
No.
You know, sometimes you gotta take chances.
I assume that the other copy of that sending stone has been destroyed.
What?
I mean, you don't know, but
No, I'm asking her that.
she says again, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but and she looks over at her two friends and says, perhaps we could take this discussion downstairs.
Why would you want to do downstairs?
Indar walks over and says, I think you may actually enjoy it a bit.
Mm.
Make a wisdom save.
Wait, for real?
For real.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
That's really good.
You know what though? Roll it again because this is against being charmed.
Oh, that's so good. I got a 17.
Yeah, that's how advantage works. That's definitely how advantage works.
This, you know what? It's fitting that Fib would go down like this.
I mean, it is. It so is. Okay. So yeah, Fib, you know what? For whatever reason, it's like when you put it like that, let's go.
You know what? I think maybe we should just go downstairs for a minute.
So Thorf, what do you think?
I'll ask her if she has a message that she'd like us to deliver to Lucius.
She says, I think we have our own ways of getting the message across to him.
Okay. They may be trying to leave town, so you may want to hurry.
Thanks for selling us out.
Okay. So yeah, she looks over her shoulder again at Ixis, the succubus, and says, attend to our other guest, will you? And she doesn't say a word. She just gives you the beckoning come here finger. And I need you, Thorv, to make a wisdom save. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
We're about to have some fun.
You're about to have some fun. We'll figure out what it
Have some
is.
fun.
Yeah.
I
In the
bet
meantime.
Sounds
I
good
bet
to me.
it's kinky.
I'm not into all
There
that
are
stuff
worse
that Fib
ways
is
to
into,
go
but
out.
so I kind of pictured as Thorv like kind of tripping over his words a little bit, like okay, but I don't know, like how would you play it? You think, Austin?
just stumble over what I was trying to say and make it clear that I'm not quite into what Fib has been talking about.
No, like really though.
Fib, on the other
like
hand,
not that.
Fib is trying to like hold back her excitement.
But
Okay.
no snakes.
Like, no fucking snakes.
Okay. So I think the last scene for these guys at least that we're gonna see this session is just coming out of this spiral staircase that led down to the chamber that you heard all that metallic clanking from before when you came and visited Queothe.
Sex
sounds fun.
dungeon.
I mean, like, there's definitely some beds that are definitely, like, covered in straps and metal locks and stuff. And there's also definitely a really uncomfortable amount of fire in this place. But yeah, we'll get into the finer details next time. So... Groilmod, is there anything that you want to add to your little bit of this before we wrap?
As we're fading out and you kind of see like everything else that's happening, Groilmod is like just wandering down the streets with a bottle dragging behind him, and he's definitely lost.
Oh.
We are a clusterfuck.
A little bit.
Why
little bit.
did I think I could leave you guys behind?
No idea.
Yeah, you didn't want us to come with you. We found something else.
Yeah,
to do.
you didn't. This is your fault if you think about it. You didn't want us to come. What did you think we were gonna do?
Deal with the problems in another way.
No.
It's not like we can
did
just
it.
sit idly. We're dealing with the problem. We're gonna satisfy the succubus and the incubus.
No, we're keeping them busy for a little bit.
Are you
Nice,
sure?
better run.
Yeah, we are.
Are you woman enough?
Excuse
Oh,
me.
damn.
Have you even seen Fib?
You're pretty skinny.
She knows how to use it.
Whoa.
What if it's
Oh.
more than he can handle?
He'll die. That's Fib's ultimate destiny, to fuck the incubus to death.
Oh lord. And with that, are we gonna wrap it?
Have fun having just watched and listened to this, John.
Sorry. Sorry, Wendy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll wrap it for tonight, and we'll pick up with this fucking mess next time.
All right.